Recording?
Yes.
Okay. Audio's good? Mic check. Checkity check.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Hey. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell
So
us
go.
when you're ready, Dave.
It's
Is it filming?
Yeah.
Do we look good?
Ooh.
Cheers. Welcome to Fin Fermenting. It's not bad. It's not bad. We were a little worried about this one. So, thank you for tuning in. This is our first video. We're super excited about it. I'm Thomas Bonnet.
Now I'm Juan Carrillo.
Our channel, Fin Fermented, and our product, what we're putting out, it's pretty new. We haven't seen anybody that's putting out what we're intending to put out with Fin Fermented, and we figured what better way to tell you about what we're going to be doing than reading through our 4 main mission statements. We won't read through them word for word, but we'll kind of touch on them and have a convo about it. That way you guys can learn what we're all about.
What it basically talks about is the whole purpose behind what Thomas and I are trying to do with the videos, with our Facebook, with meeting people and stuff like that. The first mission statement is basically to help people reach their fitness goals with helping them answer questions, with opinions. If they want to work out once in a while, if we have time, we can meet up with someone. But also, through all this, we want to enjoy life, do stuff that you like to do, and look fit, look good. For Thomas and I, is craft beers. We've been drinking some craft beers, and as you can tell, putting on some weight. But
We'll get to that.
That's one of our mission statements. That's our first one.
Yeah, you know, and to add a little bit to the first one, we both get asked a lot and often for help with fitness and training, just because we both have a pretty extensive background in it, and through the years, people come to know us for that, and we were trying to think of a way that we can help people achieve these goals, but also kind of like on a mass level. Because it does get hard, like you mentioned. If we're able to, meet up with people, it's great. But sometimes it's hard. We work regular, day jobs also, and so do other people. And so we're thinking, how can we do this, and also in an affordable way? Because personal training is expensive. It is. I did it for a long time, and I know firsthand that it can be expensive. And so this we're going to help people achieve this. Through this free content that we're offering in this video that we're going to be putting out. Second mission statement, he kind of segued great into it when he said that we've been enjoying the craft beers. We want to break some of the myths that are out there in the fitness industry. One of those being that you can't enjoy things that you love, or whether it be food or a couple brews with your boys and your girls.
Crack a cold one?
Yeah, you can't crack a cold one ever. It's just not true. That's just one of the myths, that you can definitely still achieve your fitness goals and enjoy things in life within moderation, of course. So we're going to help teach how you can do that. Also, it's a very sales-driven world, the fitness world, and it's really hard to know who you can listen to and who's being genuine and honest, and who's trying to take advantage of you. It's hard to tell sometimes. Whether you're listening to us and the free content that we're putting out, or if you're listening to one of the suggested directions that we'll give you for people that we personally trust, and sources that we know you can go to, and they're in it for the right reasons. And we're definitely going to do that with our channel.
Our third one is basically kind of be examples ourselves of how we're both going to do it. Of course, we're going to be going to visiting breweries and drinking craft beer, and how we're going to be able to enjoy that stuff and still look good and still fit it in our macros. Throughout this whole process, we'll show progress pics, and who knows what might come out of it. Maybe a competition. I don't even know. We'll see where we're at and how we feel, and where life takes us, basically. Kind of.
Yeah. And you know, that third mission statement, we're going to make the fitness part and how we're helping people with the things that we said we were. We're going to make that fun for sure. But this third one, man, we're really planning on having a lot of fun with that, going into these breweries. And I don't know if this is a new term that we made up, but Brewery Exploring, if we did make it up, we definitely got to copyright that and just expect to hear from our lawyers if you try and use that. The Brewery Exploring, each video, we're going to have our first segment of the video that we're helping people with the fitness aspect of things and breaking through the myths, giving this information, showing examples. And the second segment is exactly like Juan said. We're going into breweries. We're doing this brewery tour of the selected brewery, and within this tour, we're going to introduce to the owners. We're going to introduce to the atmosphere and the vibe that these different breweries have, the staff, their flagship beers. There's a lot of cool things that we fell in love with in the craft beer world.
Besides getting drunk.
Besides just getting drunk, that's always fun for sure. But we've definitely come to find an appreciation for it. And shout out to Adam. He's actually a brewer over at Dead Hippie Brewery, which we'll mention again here in a minute, for introducing us to this world. It's awesome. It's a passion of ours. And what better way to be examples than sharing this passion with you? And we're hoping to help some beer lovers out there help make a choice on their future brewery stock. And then we'll show you how you can do both and be good examples for you guys. That's a big goal of ours.
I think one of our biggest things, though, one of our biggest differences, I kind of go more of like the bro diet. I've been doing that for years, and Thomas is more of a too flexible diet.
So as originally, I've been too flexible for sure, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's because I've been planning on dieting for this to show you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and blame it on that. But there's more than one way to do this, and that's one of the things we're gonna teach you. Is how you can go about this and what's true and what's not. Again, that was our second mission statement. Is there's myths out there. It does not have to be done one way. We'll help you sift through the stuff that isn't true and just get to the facts of things. So the fourth mission statement, and as I mentioned, it could arguably one of the most important, if not the most important, is giving back to the community, particularly through youth. Now we are a new company, Fit and Fermented. As of now, everything we're putting out is free product, and we plan on keeping it that way. The information that we're giving out, I should say, because when we know how expensive and times get tight, we know personally for sure. But maybe down the road we're selling merchandise. I don't know. We'll probably zoom in here on these cool shirts that we got here, really cool. But that's down the road. It is a part of our company's mission statement that we will give back to our youth. That's something that through our 15 plus years of being best friends, we knew that we needed to do. It's one thing that we've always prioritized, is helping kids out, helping our community out when we can, and if we have a business that's gonna start bringing in some income, we're in this to help out who needs it for sure. And so that'll always be a goal of ours as our company grows.
It's always been on our plan, so it's hopefully it's this
right.
Like we get the support and we can help out a lot of people, touch people, not the hashtag #MeToo, but just touch a lot of people. No, I don't forget that. That shit has.
We're going to help a lot of people, and we'll give back to the youth. When the business starts becoming self-sustainable, we're going to give back, and we want that to be known. And we'll make that known when the time comes. We're just trying to give out this help. YouTube is going to be our obviously you're watching this right now. It's going to be our main source of content. And the two
but they
different
could
segments.
also go to Facebook, right?
Facebook.
And just ask questions on Facebook, and then
for sure follow us on Facebook. So that's one thing. We have some topics we obviously need to touch on that are very important and kind of like the basics and bread and butter of what you need to know with this. But what we would love to do is take input from you guys on our Facebook channel, on our YouTube channel. We want to hear you, and we want to answer these questions. We'll just kind of see how it unfolds, if how many we'll take, but that's definitely going to always be a priority to us, is taking feedback from you guys, because we appreciate it so much. And again, we're here to help you and then share our brewery exploring passion with you guys. One thing we wanted to also do is give you a little bit more of info about ourselves, and why the hell you should listen to us in the first place, for those that don't know us and are just meeting us through this first video. My background, I have had personal training certifications through the AFAA, group training cert, personal training cert. For a long time, that was my living that I made.
You also help kids, though. Remember?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sheridan? You used to have a class that used to teach kids and stuff like that.
That was
how to work out.
That was probably my favorite thing that I did within the fitness world was. In community was when I was teaching the youth weight training classes. I did teach adults as well, the classes for adults, but when I helped out these kids at the rec center that I worked out at and did the classes out of, shout out to Sheridan Recreation Center. It's an awesome place. Eddie Canoza, the manager there, runs it phenomenally. It's cool. I loved teaching the youth, and I did that for a long time. We're talking 6+ years that I did both these things hand to hand. Went very closely with the bodybuilding career that I had for, I think 2007, 2008 maybe was my first bodybuilding show, and for 6-7 years, right out of high school, I got into bodybuilding. I had a successful bodybuilding career, did high level shows here in the state, and I did well. I never placed out of top 3, but as far as this video. And goal of what we had, what the bodybuilding shows taught me particularly was how to get to that lean in a short period of time. Now, I would never recommend that be how in general people do things, but it did teach me that the human body is capable of it, and I learned a lot of things, good and bad, from that experience. Yeah. So that's a little bit background on me. I'll let Juan go on about himself right now.
Yeah, I played sports since I was really young, and got to play at a college level. Been started seriously lifting thanks to a bunch of high school coaches and stuff like that. I still see Officer Lopez. He's one of our biggest supporters when we were younger. Marini. Yep. But.
Hopefully we get a beer with these guys in one of these episodes too.
And those guys definitely. We started with the bigger, faster, stronger. Mm-hmm. Mainly those two were the ones who pushed it the most, and we're always going to be thankful for that. They got us into. I think some of us took it pretty serious, and there's more high school players, and then I went on to college, and then the lifting coach from school, from the college, I learned a lot from them. A lot of it was kind of more, it's a lot different than what Thomas did, because Thomas is more for bodybuilding. Ours, what I was learning was more for explosion, performance, and all of that stuff.
Which is awesome. We need that. It's a great addition to Fit and Fermented's perspective, because there's not everybody watching this is looking to be a competitive bodybuilder. In fact, I'm guessing most of them aren't. You know, and that's okay. That's we're trying to help everybody.
But also, another thing that I add in, yoga. I still do couple sports, with work. I've been doing basketball lately and indoor soccer, and
which I emphasize you should do. I may not do that, but I may not do it as much
once
as
in a while.
Every couple of years, I'll do a yoga class.
Yeah, I do it more often.
And you should. And that's awesome. He can give you a lot of insight on all that stuff.
Yeah, and I do more sports, and this summer I plan on doing a lot of outdoorsy stuff, just running Red Rocks. I want to get a trail bike as well and do some trails, and I just don't want to stick to just the being in the gym, working out with dumbbells and stuff like that. I like doing a lot of outdoorsy stuff, but even with all of that, I still have to track my macros, or else I'm not gonna get any type of results with just doing that. I remember I got injured a couple times. I had to get a couple surgeries. It's definitely puts you out for a couple of months, and I still was able to look somewhat fit and keep a physique on me. But I also want to show you guys that my physique doesn't look the same as it used to because of the scars and the scar tissue that was built upon it, and of course there's going to be some holes and dents in my body because of it, and I have a torn pec that I got replaced, and an ACL, and then my appendix too for some reason kind of made my abs look a little different. So I have like 3 surgeries that I came back from within like 5 years.
Ooh, that's a story we'll share with you guys.
Yeah, so
I won't put the appendix story.
yeah, the appendix one was funny. All of them felt horrible actually, but yeah, that's one thing I just want to share that, because I think when I first got hurt, I was like, oh man, like I was kind of bummed out because my body looked a lot different, you know. But it took a little bit just to just mentally feel better because of the scars and just the scar tissues, the damage it does, and especially like the rehab behind all of that and the time that it takes to come back. But hey, we're here now, so we're gonna start this process and
Right.
show you.
So this first video let you guys get to know us a little bit better and what Fit and Fermented goals are, and what we're going to do with the company and what to expect. For future videos, like we kind of touched on, we're going to take topics that we feel are important, as well as take questions and suggestions from you guys that you share with us on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and we're looking forward to it big time. And so now we get to the second passion of ours. Our first brewery tour we're actually really excited to do. It's Dead Hippie Brewery, and one of our best friends actually that grew up with us. He's actually very knowledgeable as well within this field. He's done bodybuilding competitions with me. And he was one of those guys that we touched on that actually did take it seriously after high school as well. He is the brewer, or one of the brewers, I should say, at this brewery. And we're excited to go check out this brewery and meet everybody there.
Let's go.
So cheers.
Good, man.
I gotta pee now.
Shoot.